Welcome to EnVision Center News, where we discuss community impact and involvement with today's nonprofit leaders and philanthropists.
Hello and welcome to the podcast. Before we get into all things about wonderful art stuff going on in the community, first, Claire, can you just tell me a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, so I was born and raised here. And
we don't get that a ton. There's a lot of transplants, me included.
I bet not. It's like we're getting more and more rare. It wasn't always that way. But I left for a little while for school, came home, continued school, and then this position kind of became available. It was almost 6 years ago, and it was pretty much what I wanted to be doing. So I got the arts coordinator job at Pend Oreille Arts Council. But I'm an artist, and I have participated in shows in school growing up here, like the Student Art Show or the Emerging Young Artist Show, so I was like familiar.
Do you have a specialty?
I have been moving around. I used to just draw or pen and ink, but now my spare room is set up for acrylic painting. I don't do it as often as I would like to be doing it, but I try to show work, once or twice a year if I can.
That's great.
Yeah.
So you actually studied art in college?
Yes.
Okay.
I was planning on being a teacher, and I wanted to combine art and English, but I don't know. The closer I got, the more it felt like the wrong direction for me. So when this position opened up, I wanted it really bad because it kind of fulfilled the purpose that I wanted to accomplish with teaching. And I do get to volunteer and teach art now in this position. So, I got what I was after in the end. Yeah. And so I'm just kind of settling into it, I guess, 6 years in. A lot of things have changed. I started right before 2020 all went down. So,
You hung on.
Yeah.
Glad you're still here. Because the arts are the first thing to get shot. It seems like. So.
I know. It's always the first thing to go. It was actually kind of a blessing in disguise because I had a 2-week training period, and then it was like all these events were going to be handed off to me. And then 2020 happened, and I had a year to really figure it out without having to completely dive right in.
Right.
But yeah, we survived somehow.
Yeah.
All that. And now things have evolved, and I just got married, and
Congratulations.
Thank you. And we're very comfortable in our little spot now. So
that's wonderful. So what does it mean to be an arts coordinator? Because I think that job could potentially mean a lot of different things.
Yeah. I handle everything visual arts for POAC. We have a pretty big umbrella. We do performing arts, visual arts, and there's education aspects to all of it. So I handle the gallery that we have downtown. I organize the shows. I work with all the artist members. We have about 100. And I organize Art Walk, the Arts and Crafts Fair, those big annual events. So anything having to do with the visual arts is my job.
And so you're kind of an event coordinator just as much as you are in arts. And those events are always, of course, tied to, I'm assuming, finding the artist that will... So do you set a theme, or do you have it's going to be watercolors, or how do you determine what that schedule is going to look like year to year?
I have some shows that happen every year. They're annual. The theme is going to be Art Walk's always in June, so that's always happening. But I try to come up with themed shows that I think the artist members want to be a part of, because part of me feels like I work for them, So we also do solo shows. So if there's an artist who's been really active in the community, I will try to honor them with a solo exhibition, which is what we're going to have right now. It opens tomorrow. But I try to come up with fun themes. We'll have Her Mark, a tribute to women, is the March show for like Women's History Month. And then April, kind of in honor of Earth Day and being environmentally conscious, we do upcycled, recycled, unconventional materials. So I will try to base it off the time of year or what's, happening in the world at the time and go with that.
Do you like source it all from the artists? Like they'll say, hey, I really want to do a nautical themed show and stuff like that. Do you get that kind of feedback, or people usually just say, hey, this is what we're going to be doing, raise your hand if that interests you? Or what does that communication back and forth with the members look like?
It's mostly, I put a call for artists out. I tell them, what the theme is, how many pieces we might be looking for, and they can create something based on that. I try to give them enough time to do so. Or if they already have something that fits with that, it's already, something in their area of interest, they can apply. Or I get ideas pitched kind of to me too, and we can, if we can do it, we'll do it.
And so is it usually everybody who wants to participate gets a spot in the show, or is it kind of competitive, or how does that work?
I try. If it's a group showing, I do try to give everybody a spot. That might mean you don't get to show 3 pieces, you just get 1. But the solo shows are more competitive because I think it's just nice to be highlighted that way. And a lot of the artists in this area are so prolific. They have their house is full of all this stuff that should be seen. It needs to be seen. So when you get the gallery to yourself, that's a good opportunity to get it out there.
And what's the process, or what's required to become one of those member artists?
It's pretty simple. People reach out to me. They show me their work. They tell me a little bit about themselves. They just fill out a pretty basic form, and then they get access to the artist newsletter, which goes out monthly. And that's where all the calls for artists are, opportunities within POAC and outside of POAC, because I get a lot of random calls and things about people, they want a mural done, or they're looking for this kind of thing. So artist members get access to that newsletter, and they can participate as much or as little as they want to.
Is there some kind of they pay a membership fee or something?
It's $50 a year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And is there an age limit on that?
No.
You get a 12-year-old who wants to join and put their
students get free membership.
Oh, wow. Great.
So yeah, they can.
Don't tell my 5-year-old that. She will be wanting to. She'll just do a couple scribbles on a piece of paper, and she'll do that on 20 different pieces of paper, and then she'll be like, let's bring this to church, and I'll hand them out to people, and I'll be like, honey,
That's sweet.
I don't think people really want. They'll say thank you, and then it'll end up in the trash, and she'll be like, don't hurt my feelings.
No.
We've said that, but we have to talk about when that art is subjective, but there's something to be said about the effort that you put into it. And when it takes you 60 seconds to create your masterpiece, it's probably not a masterpiece. And it's probably not a nice thing. It's probably not something that whoever you give it to will cherish, because they know that you didn't work hard and long on it. So even if it's something that maybe is not your taste, but this person worked a really long time on it and put a lot of effort into it, you're going to appreciate them anyways. Fun conversations to have with littles.
Forethought and execution go a long way.
Yeah.
When you plan something out. Yeah. Exactly. It means a little more.
Exactly. So tell me about some of, you've already mentioned some of the events you've got going on, but kind of run us through people who, actually, before we get into the calendar stuff, can you tell me about who you're trying to draw in to just experience some of these shows? Because I think a lot of people have a mentality that art shows or enjoying art like that is kind of maybe an elite thing or something for only educated people, or I'm not fancy enough for that or whatever. Can you talk about the kind of crowds and the people that you want to see at your shows?
I love seeing new faces. I POAC has a good base of people who've been supporting us for a long time, but I want to get new people of all kinds, really, into the gallery. If there's a theme or a person that they, really want to see and it brings them in, that's great. Because usually when I get somebody in the door once, they are either into the gallery or the classes. Like they come back again and again. I think, especially maybe in northern Idaho, the art snob is kind of intimidating to people. And so it's really not that way at POAC. I can't speak for other galleries in the Pacific Northwest, but I really I want everyone to come in. There's no particular person. Doesn't have to be a buyer or a collector or anything like that. Just this area has so many fantastic artists, and I just want to raise awareness about that.
Yeah. You think we're artists are overrepresented here in this area? Like we have more than what you would typically see in this kind of rural setting?
I feel like we do.
Yeah.
There's so much to be inspired by in the natural landscape, which is what you'll see represented a lot on First Avenue, Northwest Handmade and Artworks Gallery. You can tell everyone's inspired by the mountains and the lake and everything. But there's a lot more than that, which is stuff that I try to bring into the gallery, like abstract and contemporary pieces that you might not see in a log home furniture store setting.
Yeah.
So I think there are a lot of artists here. I don't know if it's something in the air or what. It's like a magnet.
Yeah. And what's been one of maybe your more popular, and maybe it even surprised you by how popular a show was based on the theme or the artist or style or whatever it was that was the driving force behind people showing up to that?
Last May, we had a solo show called Tattered Memories by Nevis Massey. And she was born in Italy, but she works at the hospital. And she does only abstract works. And I just, when I first started, I really wasn't sure how people in this area would respond to that. But she was very successful. I mean, I was blown away at how many people showed up and purchased work and gave her praise. And you could just see she was shy and very humble, but also you could just see her getting filled up. She had so much work. She had a daily practice journal. She's very devoted, and she'd never had a show before. So
how did you find out about her? How did you?
She came into POAC, and we got to know her. She's taken a couple classes, and I got to see her work, and I was like, will you please trust me with this? I want to get this. Cool. Should be seen.
Yeah.
And she's done a couple more group shows since then. But I think that maybe that, to me, it seems like a missing piece. Like I said, there's so much beauty in the natural landscape. A lot of artists will paint or photograph what's around us. But if you can take it a step further and turn it into more of a contemporary piece up for interpretation, I think there's something special in that. And I don't think it has had much of a place before. So
what would you say to someone who would maybe hear this and maybe they kind of do have their own collection at home of art that they've made and worked on over the years, but they are too shy to show it to the world, or they feel like it's not good, or I just do this for myself, nobody else needs to see it? What would you tell that person?
That they are not unique in that feeling. That is a big hump that artists have to get over. Whether you want to make a career out of it or not, it's a very vulnerable thing to share. It takes time to develop your skill, and if you're creating to express things within yourself, it's scary to want to put that on a wall and put a big light on it and invite people to see it and put a price on it, But it can be very validating, and you can learn a lot about your work and yourself. It's worth trying at least once.
Yeah.
You know, come in and chat with me. You don't have to. I tell artists they can come in, they drop the work off, they can leave. I'll hang it all up. I'll do all the promotion. Like, just trust me with it, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, for that introverted artist type.
Yes.
It's like, here's your art, take it. Yes. I know exactly the type that you're talking about. Okay, so I went off that sidetrack. Tell me about events and things that are coming up on the calendar.
We have next week, we've got a performance at the Canada. It's part of our performing arts section. We've got Living Voices is presenting The Klondike, which is like an interactive, like based on history kind of educational performance.
It's like is it like a play or a?
It's a single performer, and she's got a video playing behind her on the big screen, and she's interacting with it. So there's the voice coming over the speaker, and she's talking back, and it's got video and images, and they're based on actual things that happened, but all the characters are, fictional. So,
Interesting.
Yeah.
I saw that event on the calendar at the Canada, and I was like, I'm not sure what this is. I didn't quite, but that was very helpful.
And that we bring that to the, bring all the elementary and middle school, high school kids into the Canada to see it that morning for free. So it's like the educational aspect.
Yes.
It's really cool for the kids to experience. And then tomorrow we have an opening for Northern Visions by Allison Barrows Young, and that's at the gallery from 5 to 7.
Okay, and then it's done after that. It's not it's not up for...
It's up all month.
Oh, up all month. Okay.
Yeah. So
is that how most of them are? Or is there some that are just for the night, like an evening show kind of thing?
Well, the openings are kind of the main event. And so we usually do them on the first Friday of each month, but because of how New Year's Day and everything landed this year, that didn't work out. So we're doing it tomorrow instead. But typically, the first Friday of the month from 5 to 7, all the artwork is new. The artist is present, maybe if they want to be there. Some people are too shy. And we'll have like some little refreshments and people chat and
so that's like the event. And
that's
then if you miss the event, you can come in and still look at the art while it's hanging up. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so those are the next two, but there's this time of year when our performing art season is going on and we have the gallery openings, it's usually 2 things a month.
Okay.
So I think the next one is at the Canada, Abby Posner. Yes. So she's a musician that will be playing there. And then March, we've got like a Celtic rock band coming to the Hive.
Very cool.
Yeah. And then the Zaniac, which is like that's in April at the Canada. He's like a magician, mad scientist that has turned it into a performance. So I'm kind of excited to see that one. It sounds fun.
And I know that the performing side isn't really you have basically a counterpart that manages that.
Yeah.
But you're the same position basically, but in those different art worlds.
Kind of. Tone's our executive director, and she does all the performing
She
arts.
also manages the performance. Okay.
Yeah. And I kind of do the gallery and the offices, and yeah.
Do you know anything about, I'm sure you do, about how those acts are chosen and for all the different things that you do at the Canada or the Hive or wherever for performing art stuff?
Yeah. So there's an event called Arts Northwest that happens each year, and Tone goes with our board president Dino, and it's basically like a convention that has a bunch of different touring acts that are going to be coming through your area. So it's like a booking conference.
I see. Yeah.
And everything that we choose has to have an educational like aspect, because it's our outreach program to bring every performer we bring has a free performance for kids in the area, whether that's at the Canada or we take the performer to their school. So it's got to have some sort of cultural, interesting thing about it, like science, music. Yeah.
Okay, very neat. That's such a cool thing. Is there something like that, like for artists? I guess you don't really need that if it's not the performing arts to have some kind of convention, like an artist booking convention where people just are like, here are my different gallery options. Do you want to host them at your, wherever POAC or whatever other galleries exist? I guess because you have so many artists here, you don't really need to shop around like that.
Yeah, I have had before, like people who are passing through and they have work and they just kind of randomly call me up and ask if there's anywhere they can put it. And so I've pulled it off once, which was interesting. Very short notice, but we did it. And that was a one night only show.
Okay.
And there were like these big steel sculptures and they all had their own pedestal. And
this person was just driving through with their truck of steel sculpture.
Yeah. Yeah. His name was Austin Kazan. He's like, hey, can we make this happen? I'm like, I'll try.
This last minute, can you pull off? I mean, did people show up for the last minute night show?
Yeah. It was packed.
Wow.
But we rented the little Panada next door to the Panada Theater for that night. So it was right there on First Ave, and I'm sure a lot of people just wander in.
Yeah. Yeah. So cool. I mean, the art world is just a neat one. When you can't get bored. If you are bored, you need to sort something out in your own mind. Because, I mean, I'm not saying that you have to love every artist that comes through. Of course you won't. There'll be stuff that you're more drawn to and stuff that you're not. But it's just, I feel like you just have a really cool job because you just get to see so much. Every month is different at a minimum with whatever's on display. But daily, right, you're always interacting with different personalities, different styles, different approaches, different themes. I mean, just really cool.
It's really fun. It's like a dream job for me.
Yeah. And did you think when you were younger and then you went off to college and you came back, did you come back because, like a lot of people do, I didn't get a job right away or whatever, I need to figure out, and then you found the job here? Or did you always know that you wanted to be involved with the art scene here?
I didn't. I was kind of in limbo. I was going and taking some classes at the NIC satellite campus, and I was still working towards something. And I had worked with POAC before for like the shows I talked about, student art show, emerging artist show, and I had no clue. I wasn't even sure I was going to get the job at all. I thought there must be somebody out there, maybe more qualified or experienced than me. But in the end, I think I just wanted it more than anybody else, and they saw that.
Yeah. And how often are you the featured artist?
I've done a couple group shows.
Yeah.
Like, I'll put one piece in. But when you're around all these amazing, inspiring people that all they do is create, they've refined their style, they know what they do and they know who they are as an artist. I'm still very unsure. Yeah. So it's kind of intimidating for me to put it out there. So I completely understand people who feel that way.
Yeah. You're like, that's a little bit me.
Yeah.
I think it's time though. It's time for
I'm gonna have a piece. I'm gonna have a piece in March. I can promise one piece in March.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Good. And what are the number one ways that people can support? I mean, obviously, I think attending shows, but what else would you tell someone who's curious about what's going on over there at the POAC?
We offer classes from professional artists, which I think is a good place to start. You can come in for a few hours on a Saturday and just play and, express yourself. And that helps us out, or, get in the loop, get on our email list, know what's going on. Even if you don't really have interest in coming to every single thing that we do, there might be something that you that you want to attend. And of course donations and stuff like that.
What about volunteering?
We have some volunteer positions, mostly in the summer when we're doing summer events.
Okay.
But we have the Kaleidoscope program, which is the visual arts educational program. And we're looking for volunteers for that every year because we were in 5 6 elementary schools now, and we teach art lessons once a month to 3rd through 6th graders. Mm-hmm. So we're always looking for people to help with that program.
And you don't have to be a professional artist. You can just be somebody who thinks art is important and wants to work with kids.
We train you. We provide you with all the supplies, the curriculum. You get assigned to your particular teacher, and then you work with them on schedulings for what works for both of you. And it's once a month, so it's an hour to 2 commitment outside of the training.
Not a ton. No.
Yeah.
That's pretty doable, I think, for most folks, or would be doable for most folks.
And it's fun.
Yeah.
The kids there's not art teachers. There's not a budget for art teachers in most of our schools. So when, the person with the art cart comes in, they're like, yes, something fun today, in between testing and whatnot.
So y'all are the only art lesson they get, like once a month they get an art lesson.
Yeah. I'm sure that teachers...
We have a guest on the show.
Oh my gosh.
You want to come learn about art? I don't know that there's a dog program.
Hi, sweetheart.
Maybe there is. Is there a dog? Do you do like hand, paw prints in the paint and then on the paper or ceramics or something?
Not yet. We have a dog sculpture class coming up where you get to sculpt your own dog.
Oh wow! I was thinking I was going to ask about kind of the variety of classes. Mm-hmm. I mean, do you offer kind of a little bit of this, a little bit of that, whether it's whatever kind of art medium or not medium? That's probably maybe too broad, but it's not like you only just come and sketch with the black and white pencil or whatever. There's lots of different options.
Yeah, it depends on the instructors because we hire different people, and so people kind of come and go, or they'll be there only during the summer and then they take the winter off. But right now we've got oil painting, the dog sculpture, a kind of meet you in the middle class, which is any medium you want. You're kind of talking about the elements and principles of art and just kind of trying to hone what you do. It changes all the time. You could do a one-off class for 3 hours where you make a recycled glass wind chime, you leave with a finished product, and that's it. Or you can commit to a longer-term class like an oil painting or something where you come once a week for 6 weeks and you really learn more of a skill.
Yeah.
So it's a large variety and it changes all the time.
Awesome. So people just gotta go to the website to see what's going on and when the next opportunity is. Well, wonderful. Is there anything that we didn't cover that you wanted to get into? We talked about events, volunteering.
Yeah. I think we covered most of it.
Yeah, it seems like I understand POAC better now. Not that I didn't know anything about POAC before. We've talked about, not on the podcast, but we've covered the Kaleidoscope program and stuff in the past. So we know that you guys are doing lots of cool stuff over there. And I know for me personally, the arts are very important. So I'm very glad that POAC exists and that there's somebody making sure that those kiddos still get access to art and that our community gets access to artists and that those artists have an opportunity to shine locally is just so critical. And I always say, I feel like I can tell the health of a community by their art scene.
Totally.
If the art scene is thriving, the community is probably thriving.
Totally.
And if it's not, it's probably not. So it seems like our art scene is doing pretty well right now.
I think we're doing good.
People are flooding here. Yeah. People are like, stay away. There's so many people who want to move here because it's such a great place. And I truly believe the art that we cultivate impacts that.
Yeah, it's an important part of the local culture, and more people moving here means more eyes on your art. So there's more opportunity there. That's how I try to look at it. Mm-hmm.
So sign up, folks, whether you're, an aspiring artist, or maybe you just haven't reached out. You're an established artist. You need to connect with the POAC, and we're so glad y'all exist.
Thank you. Thanks for having me so much.
Thanks for listening to today's episode. For more information, you can go to crecidaho.com. Please like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you again soon.